What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen this, I was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Y'all know that I showed y'all yesterday. Hakeem Jeffries. Well, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Tell y'all, I got a lot going on. But yesterday, you have Dana Bash, literally, asking Hakeem Jeffries why not. You're right down the hall from Mike Johnson's office. Hakeem came with his excuses, of course, and I'll show y'all for the ones that didn't get to see it. Check it out.
To try to find
You're
common
right down
ground.
the hall from Mike Johnson's office. I know exactly where you are. You could probably take a few steps and go knock on the door and talk to him.
Exactly.
Have you tried that?
Speaker Johnson hasn't been given permission to have a conversation with me or Leader Schumer, and he said as much.
And I just caught that. He said he hasn't gave him permission. That's all the excuses.
To have a conversation with me or Leader Schumer, and he said as much earlier today.
So you don't think he would talk to you at all?
We can have a conversation, but the problem is that until they get the green light to actually have a meaningful discussion to try to find common ground and a bipartisan path forward and a willingness to address the damage that Republicans have done to the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people, then of course any informal discussion is going to be not fruitful.
Excuses. So you have it here. Hakeem Jeffries literally saying that he hasn't been given permission. Hasn't been given permission at all, to walk down to Mike Johnson's office. Said that he doesn't want to speak. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to do that. But I find it completely insane that he's saying all of this and using every excuse in the book, because you literally have it right here. You literally have it right here. Last night, Democrats stormed Speaker Mike Johnson's office to show power and strength in numbers, a show of force to make their demands known in order to reopen government. The problem, no one was there. Johnson's staff members were gone for the day, lights out, and nobody home. Parentheses laughing. The Democrats, with media in tow, were completely embarrassed in front of news cameras, which completely were. You're trying to storm an office when nobody was even there is probably the most insane thing that you can possibly do when you think you're doing something right. Obviously, you're not, which is pretty crazy. Fox News posts, they stormed my office. Speaker Mike Johnson blasts Democratic lawmakers who invaded his Capitol Hill office for resorting to political stunts. I'm telling y'all, pretty wild. Let's hear from Speaker Mike Johnson.
Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the video online that they themselves shared, or someone did. They berated a Capitol Police officer, screamed at him. He was just merely standing his post. Shows again their disdain for law enforcement, as we see all around the country, the Democrats and everyone in that party, screaming, assaulting ICE officers. They did it right here in the Capitol last night. A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation.
It shows their desperation. It shows just how violent when it comes to, the Democratic Party. It literally goes to show you, everything. It's when I tell y'all that this is pretty insane, that it always comes out of their mouths, they don't incite violence and they're not violent. They're not a violent party and this, that, and the other. It's literally the House. This is a House of Democrats storming his office, then took down a sign, berated a Capitol Police officer. Like, you're literally sitting here and doing the most, bro. They're doing the most, but they're not the ones, of a violent, party. Definitely sad. This is a full video. This is very childish. I'm not even gonna lie. Pushes this the police officer back. He puts up his hands. This literally just goes to show you on how violent, man, this is crazy. yelling and pointing in his face. I don't know if y'all can see it right here from this angle, but if y'all look this video up, y'all can find this video at EXX Alerts. Y'all can find this video or just look up, House Democrats storming Mike Johnson's office. But if y'all can see right here, she's literally then pushed this police officer back and telling him, "Don't touch me." And you literally go and push a Capitol police officer and tell him, "Don't you touch." That literally just goes to show you everything right there. And then he puts his hands up. Not even wanting problems. They're doing nothing but causing problems. And it's definitely sad. Definitely sickening. So you got here, Speaker Johnson confirms that Chuck Schumer and Democrats are waiting until after this weekend's No King left-wing funded rally in Washington to reopen the government. Check it out.
I hope it ends soon. I don't think it will end before the Hate America rally on the mall on Saturday, where all the Marxists and Antifa people and all the people who hate Trump and hate America will be there. After that, though, I hope there's a couple of sensible Democrats who will come to their senses over in the Senate and vote the right way to do the right thing that they have always done every time in the past in their career. They need to do it now for the people, for the American people.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people are saying that if they were to open the government, it would take a lot of the wind out of the sails of that thing coming up this weekend. Speaker, as always,
Telling y'all, definitely. But you got to hear Speaker Johnson on Democrats. Just check it out, y'all. I'm one thing about it, I can talk all along. Y'all know before this video, I had a 25-minute video that I got. Some of y'all don't like when I talk too much, so I be trying to be cool. But one thing about it is that the next clip and the clip, the couple clips after this, I'm definitely, happy, about it. So I'm going to just let it play and say what I got to say after.
Today, if it weren't for the bold leadership of President Trump helping us to protect our military, everyone needs to understand that 1.3 million active duty service members would be missing a paycheck. They'll get their check, thankfully, because President Trump has shown strong leadership. And under his direction, the Department of War has now redirected unspent funds to ensure that our troops are taken care of. And this is while Democrats are playing political games. Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the...
Telling y'all, it's definitely sad. It's individuals is actually out here going through things, and they still want to be childish, storming his office and doing childish things and playing childish games. One thing about it is that I love, what they've done. Said 1.3 million active duty service members would be missing a paycheck if it wasn't for, President Trump, showing, that strong leadership. This right here is, obviously, a couple pictures. You got U.S. troops have now received their pay this week. A War Department official confirms to me. This is by Nick Sorter, so y'all can check this out if y'all need to. Trump and Hegseth followed through. This is despite Chuck Schumer's efforts to block our heroes from being paid. Thanks to President Trump's leadership, service members received their mid-month salary and their leave earning statements. Which are now available in my pay, the official says. There are a lot of people, obviously, that are, common and saying, "Oh, well, we don't know for sure if they got paid, and we don't know if these can be lies, this can be this can be that." Oh, well, y'all know me, I'll come with receipts. This is actually an active service member right here. Check out what he says.
Woke up this morning just to check my bank account, just to see if it actually happened, and guess what? I just got paid. Service members, you are getting paid, just so you know. It's good.
So y'all have it right here. I don't want to get copyrighted from the music, so it literally just goes to show y'all, service members did in fact, they did get paid. It's definitely amazing, that they did get paid, and when it comes to their families, the kids, the women, seeing that food bank. Seeing that food bank and seeing that food run out and, people not being able to eat. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely, amazing. It's definitely amazing to see that, see that happen. It definitely is. I know a lot of people, y'all having, that individuals that are serving in the military, that that have served in the military, and I know it makes you just as happy as I am. So it's definitely amazing that, this happened, and I'm definitely grateful for it. I do want to mention, I don't know if y'all know who Retro Steph is, but please say a small prayer for him and his family. I would definitely appreciate that. I don't have to, I don't want to go into details or anything like that, but I would definitely love if y'all do. But one thing about it is that, I absolutely love this so much, that, you have Democrats that are, being childish and playing childish games with a lot of things. And there's, real problems, that needs to be handled. And thanks to President Trump, and his leadership, him being, the best, of the best, President of the United States, he made it happen. And I'm definitely glad, to see that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.